Smoke on the water, a fire in the sky.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 songs that are based on real-world events.
Woke up, fell out of bed, dragged a comb across my head.
For this list, we're looking at songs inspired by a specific moment in history, but we'll be excluding songs that refer to a very broad period or to multiple events. So, sorry Billy Joel, but no, we didn't start the fire. Did we miss a favorite song of yours? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Uprising, Muse. This double platinum hit was inspired by the G20 protests in London. In 2009, protesters came together against corporate greed and climate change inaction.
Paranoia is in bloom, the PR transmissions will resume.
While most of the protest was peaceful, an aggressive police force clashed with protesters and were responsible for the death of an innocent bystander. Taking inspiration from these events, Muse frontman Matt Bellamy channeled the protests into this glam rock-inspired anthem. With signature 80s flair, Muse strikes a defiant tone, delivering pulsating performances from every instrument. Bellamy managed to craft a song that's worthy of a sing-along, but still carries a strong message underneath. Number 9, Woodstock, Joni Mitchell. In 1969, the legendary music festival at Woodstock, New York represented the pinnacle of American music and culture.
Came upon a child of God, he was walking along the road.
While she didn't attend, singer-songwriter Joni Mitchell captured the spirit of the event in this classic piano ballad. Mitchell's inimitable talents contextualize Woodstock in a wistful and beautifully described tale.
By the time we got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong.
Her original version seamlessly takes the listener back to Max Yasgur's farm, the site where music history changed forever. Later, a popular version was recorded by Woodstock attendees Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. No matter who sings it, Woodstock perfectly captures the mythical nature of the iconic festival. Number 8, The Little Things Give You Away, Linkin Park. After the success of their first 2 albums, Linkin Park released Minutes to Midnight in 2007. The band continued their multi-genre success with singles like What I've Done and Bleed It Out. A lesser-known track on the album called The Little Things Give You Away came with a heartfelt tribute to those affected by Hurricane Katrina.
Wanna reach for me, do you? I mean nothing to you. The little things give you away.
Released 2 years after the tragedy, the band wanted to honor the victims and criticize the government's response. It begins with an uncharacteristic acoustic guitar and singer Chester Bennington's one-of-a-kind voice.
But now there will be no mistaking, the levees are breaking.
The song defies all expectations in describing the plight of a hurricane victim. Shedding their rap rock roots, Linkin Park delivers a moving lament for those who struggle to recover from a natural disaster. Number 7, Ballad of the Beaconsfield Miners, Foo Fighters. Formed in 1994 by Dave Grohl, Foo Fighters began as a post-Nirvana pet project for the drummer. By 2007, they'd won several Grammys and toured the world as a preeminent modern rock band. Their influence reached a group of miners in Tasmania that became trapped in a mine shaft. Waiting for rescue, one of the miners requested an iPod filled with Foo Fighters songs. This prompted Grohl to return the favor through song. Guest musician and accomplished guitarist Kaki King provided a memorable guitar duet with Grohl. A rare instrumental from the band, Ballad of the Beaconsfield Miners comes with one of the most original song origins in their catalog. Number 6, Let Him Dangle, Elvis Costello. Elvis Costello made a name for himself in the late 70s and 80s for his insightful rock songwriting. Let Him Dangle is no different, describing the infamous Derek Bentley trial of 1953. Bentley and his partner, Christopher Craig, attempted to rob a warehouse, only for Craig to shoot and kill a policeman.
Craig fired the pistol but was too young to swing, so the police took Bentley and the very next thing, let him dangle.
Even though Bentley didn't fire the gun, he allegedly uttered the words "let him have it" to Craig. This led to Bentley's controversial murder trial, in which he was sentenced to death.
They say Derek Bentley was easily led. Well, what's that to the woman that just Sydney Miles wed?
Costello offers up the facts with his trademark wit in a rebuke of the death penalty. In a way only Elvis Costello could, Let Him Dangle deserves a spot for its sardonic and unique perspective on a landmark trial.
Killing anybody is a terrible crime. Why does this bloodthirsty chorus come round from time to time?
Number 5. New York mining disaster, 1941. Bee Gees. Before their disco peak, the Bee Gees were churning out rock and folk-inspired hits like New York Mining Disaster 1941. While the title suggests otherwise, the song actually found inspiration from a mining disaster in Wales.
Have you seen my wife, Mr. Jones? Do you know what it's like on the outside?
At a mine near Aberfan, a buildup of excess mine waste slid down a hillside and into the Welsh town. All told, the disaster claimed the lives of 144 people.
I keep straining my ears to hear a sound. Maybe someone is digging underground.
The Gibb brothers spin a folk yarn about the horrible event, reminding everyone of the fragility of life. Even though it wrestles with a somber topic, the inventive tune features the inviting harmonies that made the band famous.
Don't go talking too loud, you'll cause a landslide, Mr. Joe.
Number 4. Wind of Change, Scorpions. By the mid-80s, most people knew Scorpions as the heavy metal band responsible for jams like Rock You Like a Hurricane. In the early 90s, the German band switched gears to discuss the monumental changes taking place in Eastern Europe.
Soldiers passing by, listening to the wind of change.
After witnessing the dissolution of the Soviet Union firsthand, they wrote a song to commemorate the end of the Cold War. All these feelings morphed into the power ballad Wind of Change.
Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night.
2 years after the Berlin Wall fell, Scorpions turned metalheads introspective with this moving piece. To top it all off, the song features a triumphant guitar solo courtesy of Rudolf Schenker. Regardless of your opinion on hard rock, this song carries enough substance to satisfy any music fan. Number 3. Bastille Day, Rush. Progressive rock trio Rush made a name for themselves with intricate songwriting and complex instrumentation. On their third album, Rush brought history to life with their song Bastille Day. Recounting the 1789 storming of the Bastille, Neil Peart's lyrics evoke the inciting moment of the French Revolution.
But they're marching to Bastille Day, the guillotine, a claim to bloody pride.
Intended to recontextualize the event for a 1975 audience, Rush sought to remind people of the need to question authority.
That's the velvet dirty lies, naked fear on every face.
While more casual fans might reach for songs like Tom Sawyer, there's a prevailing spirit and importance captured in this deep track. Not to mention, it's another in a line of technically masterful achievements from the Canadian legends.
Hear the echoes of the centuries well. Power isn't all that money, boy. Wow!
Number 2. Fortunate Son, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Creedence frontman John Fogerty wrote this song with Vietnam and the draft on his mind. Highly controversial at the time, a lottery system determined whether or not young men would have to serve.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
Fogerty cited President Eisenhower's son David as inspiration when crafting Fortunate Son, often misinterpreted as a plainly patriotic song. David Eisenhower spent his military service in the Mediterranean, while the less fortunate were sent into the Vietnamese jungle. Beyond its extensive use in war films, Creedence Clearwater Revival's masterpiece endures as a raucous protest song. All these years later, Fogerty's howling vocals cement Fortunate Son as a legendary slice of 60s furor.
It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no military son.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. American Pie, Don McLean. A folk classic inspired by the tragic deaths of Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper.
But I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. Here we go.
For what it's worth, Buffalo Springfield. A protest song about the Sunset Strip curfew riots with an iconic chorus.
Time we stopped. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Sunday Bloody Sunday, U2. An anthem inspired by 1972's Bloody Sunday in Northern Ireland.
How long must we sing this song? How long?
Want more music content? WatchMojo produces an original podcast taking a behind-the-scenes look at all things music. The show provides authentic interviews with artists from all around the world, while also staying true to WatchMojo's roots with top 10 music banter thrown into the mix. What's the best advice Alice Cooper's ever given you? Looking back at the staying power, does it shock you?
No, we have naked pictures of the right people.
If you want exclusive interviews with award-winning artists, producers, singers, songwriters, check out Innersleeve.
Number 1. Zombie, The Cranberries. By the mid-90s, the Cranberries were known for alternative hits such as Dreams and Linger. One of their crowning achievements came with the protest song Zombie. Singer Dolores O'Riordan wrote the song about the 1993 bombings in Warrington, England. Carried out by the IRA. They were part of a series of attacks designed to pressure the UK into leaving Northern Ireland. Following in the footsteps of other Irish bands like U2, the Cranberries continued a long tradition of recounting the Troubles.
With their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns in your head, they are dying.
Serving as a passionate wake-up call to cyclical violence, the song builds to a compelling chorus of visceral emotion.
In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie.
Zombie rips through our hearts as a guttural cry for non-violence. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.